Greetings, dear friends. Welcome back to 6 Degrees of Connection, the daily live broadcast on Allatra TV. Every day, we travel from one country to another to learn more about history, traditions, culture, and most interesting facts. And of course, we ask the most important question: how people envision the creative society, what kind of world each person would like to live in. And what can each of us do today in order to live in a creative society tomorrow? In our broadcast, we use the theory of six handshakes and modern technology. Theory of six handshakes means that all people on our planet are connected through five or even less social connection. So let's prove that this theory works. And now let me introduce you my co-host, Olga.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. My name is Olga from Russia, and today we are traveling to a country called Swaziland. But as we got to know that this country had a second name, Eswatini. So it's very interesting to get to know about the history, about the culture and traditions of this nice country. And let me introduce our guests of today's conversation. We had Polite, good evening, and we had also Longelo from Eswatini. Good evening. So maybe you can introduce yourselves, our guests also, and tell us a little bit of your background.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. My name is Polite Mkabela. I am a student. I'm in the field of medicine.
Thank you so much. And Longelo, maybe you can also introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lungelo Msibi, an IT professional working in the solar system, renewable energy sector, and an avid traveler. And yeah, that's beyond what, that's more than what I can say for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. And I want to remind our viewers, if you want to be a part of the next broadcast of 6 Degrees of Connection and to participate in project Creative Society, please send us an email and don't forget to share with this video using the hashtags Allatraunites and Creative Society. And Polite and Lungelo, we would like to ask you, what do you love most about your country? Can you share with us what makes you proud of being citizen of Swaziland?
I'll go first, Polite.
Sorry. What I like about my country is that it is very, very peaceful country. We rarely fight. We rarely have political parties fighting against each other. We are a peaceful nation. And I also love the traditional attire. It looks beautiful. At least I'm proud of those two things about my country.
And I think you have very beautiful nature because in your background, I can see some nice trees. Yeah, so I think it's very rich in nature.
Yes, it's very rich in nature. We have rain and everything. And the climate is not that bad. It's always warm.
Nice. And we also now can have a look at some collages of your country that we have prepared. So if you can recognize some places, maybe you can also comment for our viewers as well, because when we're talking about Swaziland, I'm sure that not so many people even know where the country is located, especially when we now know that the country has a second name, Eswatini. So it's great to learn to know more about this country.
Okay. The country is located between Mozambique and South Africa. It's a very small country. And it was changed to Eswatini, to its original name.
Lungela, maybe you can also comment
Because
on
the word Swaziland does back to.
Mhm.
Okay. The country, as just Polite has actually mentioned, is actually a landlocked country. It's very, very small in size, about 17,000 square kilometers. As a landlocked country, it's in between Mozambique and South Africa, 3/4 of it with South Africa. What can I say? In terms of itself and what I do like probably about the country, its nature. We've got too much mountains. Actually, when I step out of home, just by my door, I can see about 7 mountains at the same time. That's one thing which is very, very beautiful, and especially in the summer times, it's evergreen. So, and we just received so much rains in the past couple of weeks. So I really, really like that. Second thing which I like, just like Polite, I love the traditional attire. It's quite beautiful. It's quite colorful. It's quite cheerful in nature, and it's distinct. And actually, being one of the countries which is has stuck to actually our traditions, it always sticks out than any other culture because it is still what it was maybe about half a century back. So there hasn't been much which has changed from that. I love that. Then what I also do like is space and what can I say? We do not live in like clustered kind of setups. We've got so much. You can have a small garden. You can actually have a farm or anything like that. There's too much and enough space for that. That's pretty much what I do like about the country. And maybe lastly, just like Polite has actually highlighted, it's quite peaceful. We are less worried. We are less worried about any given point having a problem, finding yourself unsafe. Basically, it's a relatively safe kind of place. I've had many encounters whereby you find that people were actually coming to visit me, and they would have people who go out of their way to drive them to actually see me, a person coming for the first time into the country. So that on its own, I find it as a country that is quite safe and less violent, and we do not have much of violent actions that happen within the country.
I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Really, peace. This is what we need in the whole world. Thank you guys for sharing. Now I think that our technical support has prepared a video. Yes, Olga?
Yeah, we have a small video to show to our guests regarding which information is also creates our reality, because the information we share, for example, if we share information about peace, so it means the peace will be spread in the world, and we would like to show it to you. Thank you so much. Our technical team.
Every day, we share a great amount of information. This information forms our reality. Is this the way we wish to live? We need change. The change starts with us, with the information we share. Consumerist society leads us to death. We need a new vector of life, a creative society. It is up to you and me to build a creative society worldwide. where human life is the main value. Development of humanity is the main aim. Human safety is the main priority. Is it possible to build a creative society now? Yes. All we need to do is unite in one common idea, a creative society. People around the world are already acting to share the idea of creative society with the whole world to make it a reality.
Thank you so much, our technical support team, for this video. And also we know that Polite and Lungelo also read 8 Foundations for the Creative Society. We have collected these replies from different people all over the world during the last 7 years of our research, conducting conferences, online roundtables, just social surveys on the streets. And basically we realized this is what people want. We realized that people need a change. And we realized that only we as humanity can do it. And it's going to be very interesting to get to know what our guests think about 8 Foundations for the Creative Society. Yeah, so maybe Polite and Lungela can comment on them. Polite, maybe from your professional field, because you are our future doctor, maybe you would like to comment on human life, because you said this foundation, I mean the first one, it's important. So what do you think? Why it's important?
It's important because for as long as we are alive, we need to be alive. So you can't call it life if your life is not guaranteed as a #1 priority. You can't call it life if you are not safe. You can't call it life if you are not free. You can't call it life if you are sick. So human life is, to me, it's the most important of the whole foundations, because it's not just curing diseases only. Because in this world, the word disease is formed from the prefix dis and the word is. So whenever you are without is, it means you are sick. So if you are worried about your future, it means you are sick. If you are stressed about your safety, it means you are sick. So we need to heal the world. So human life is very important. It's the most important value in all the 8 foundations to me.
Thank you so much, Polite. Polite, we really have to heal the world, and we are the ones who can really do it, and we are doing it right now. And I would like to ask our technical support to show us the first foundation, and we will read it for our viewers. Human life. Human life is the highest value. Life of any human has to be protected as one's own. The goal of society is to ensure, guarantee the value of each human's life. There is not, and never can there be, anything else more valuable than a human's life. If one human is valuable, then all people are valuable. Thanks to our technical support, Olga has mentioned about the article about stages and building and 8 foundations of building of creative society, which you can easily find on Allatraunites website.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. Maybe we can also ask Lungela, which foundation you like most of all, and maybe you would like to comment on all of them, 8 foundations.
Thank you so much, Olga. That would be difficult to actually comment on all of them. But my two favorites are obviously freedom and safety. And when it comes to commenting, I would like to start with the very first one, human life. I think Polite has actually mentioned everything. At the moment you feel like your life is ending, that's when actually everything shatters, even your mindset, even what you think of, what you plan on. Nobody could be planning to set their alarm for the morning if they knew that they wouldn't be alive tomorrow. So that's eternity of actually knowing that you are promised a life. I think that part is very fundamental and very important to actually human life. It is the most important part actually of this foundation. It's the most important foundation because actually without the first one, human life, we wouldn't even need any of the other foundations. We need to have human life and actually afford human life itself. And he has mentioned so many things. I like that he actually pointed out on health. That's very important. But when it comes to freedom, freedom is very important. Imagine a world whereby you have to constantly be thinking of what you're doing has consequences which actually will block whatever that you plan to actually do in the future. The fact that, you know, I always imagine in my head, I imagine somebody who is incarcerated in jail. The fact that they can't decide when to eat and they can't decide like who when to see who and who. I think that is one of the things we should treasure so much, actually, as the human race on its own. That it should be as fundamental as just human life. That we should be free to actually do as we wish. Obviously, with limitations, everything has to have a limitation of some sort. We have to have regulations, but we should be able to be free to travel. I always say that a lot.
Lungia, do you hear us now?
I think we have lost Polite.
Hi. Hello.
Hello,
I'm back.
yes, we can hear you.
All right, yes. There was a call which came in. Sorry about that. I hung up. But yes, with freedom, I would love to see freedom when it comes to freedom of travel. We're blocked so much because of visas and whatnot. I can't go to Ukraine. I can't go to Russia because I have to be screened. Probably I'll have to be screened for something my parents did when I was 4 years old. And I think that part is one of the things we should try to do away with. Obviously, there has to be some regulations of some sort, but the freedom of actually being able to see the next person, the freedom to actually communicate with any other person, the freedom to travel the world, the freedom to choose. I come from a country which has so many traditions and customs, which sometimes you find that your freedom is limited by your traditions because you want to follow your customs. So I think also that we have to do away with all these things which inhibit people from pursuing their dreams, pursuing their goals. I'd love to jump into safety. Safety is fundamental. Safety is important. Safety is important. Even if you have a kid, the only thing you worry about, trust me, you would worry about them not eating and whatnot, but you always worry about their safety. That's one of the most fundamental things you ever think of when you think of a little one. So I think the innocent you, from birth until you're a pensioner, should have that safety. You should be guaranteed that safety. You know, going to bed and actually feeling like you will, knowing that you won't be attacked by anybody, nothing will happen to you. I think that part is very, very important. It's a good foundation. Safety is everywhere. We can talk about safety in all facets, be it at work, be it in a context of just life itself, be it politically, when you think of the conspiracies and the like. But there's a lot around safety, and safety is one of the things which actually, even today in this particular generation, we're spending so much money on safety. How many of you have got alarm systems on their cars? Then they've got some CCTV cameras at their homes. It just shows you how important safety is to the human race. So if somehow we could actually have a way to ensure that everybody is safe, because we're spending so much money on safety. Trust me, on security, we are spending so much money just to protect ourselves. And if we can, as an entire human race, be able to help and achieve a human safe environment throughout the entire world, I think that would be the most amazing thing we'd ever have this earth. Even if we had more money, but I think if we're much more safer than any other scenario you can think of when it comes to safety, I think that would be a millionaire status. I'll feel like Elon Musk actually.
Thanks a lot for this comment. And as you mentioned, we are spending so much money for different alarms, protection system, for the video cameras, to watch, whether, anyone is trying to come inside our houses. And in the creative society, there will not be need for this kind of equipment, because in the creative society, people simply, they trust each other, and we can save these expenses that we are spending so much at this protection system, and use it for other purposes. And now we can also ask our technical support team to please show to us the second foundation and the third foundation that our guest Lungela talked about, and we can read it. So every human is born with the right to be a human being, and all people are born free and equal, and everyone has the right to choose. And there can be no one and nothing on earth above a human, his freedom and rights. The implementation of human rights and freedoms must not violate the rights and freedoms of others. This is what Lungela was saying, that the freedom has some limits, so we cannot execute freedom unconditionally to hurt others and to violate the rights of others. And what also, what do you think, Lungela and Light, what we can do, all of us, to make creative society happen, to make creative society a reality?
I think what we can do to make it a reality is to talk with more people, to inform more people, because many people don't know what is this creative society. So I think we have to talk to many people, inform them, explain it to them. I think that's the sort of like the first step and the most fundamental one to make it a reality.
Lungela, and what is your opinion? How do you think, what should be done for more people to learn about this idea and creative society became our reality in the near future?
Lungela, you are muted. Maybe you can just unmute yourself, please, because we can't hear you.
I think that he has some internet connection trouble.
In the meanwhile, while we are waiting for Lungelo to get reconnected, we can remind that our project of Creative Society has 3 stages. The first is informational stage. That is what we are currently involved in. We are sharing this information about the alternative way of doing things. It means we are spreading as much information and to as many people as we can, and making them informed about this possibility. And the second is political stage. It means we are creating a demand for a change, and basically we only choose those politicians who really support implementation of 8 foundations for the Creative Society. And the last stage is conducting the international referendum. And also anyone is, welcome to join our upcoming broadcasts. And at the website allatraunites.com you can find email to join us. So just simply write us the email if you want to be a guest of the next round table. And I think if we didn't get connection with Lungelo, maybe we can ask also Polite, why also do you think it's important, to spread information about Creative Society?
It's important because it's like we're giving people the chance, the opportunity, so that they can choose a better world. If they don't know that they have this chance, opportunity, I think it's unfair to them. They have to know, and then they have to choose the world that they want to live in.
Exactly.
Basically, I think the main reason.
It's very powerful words that you said, like now we are giving the opportunity to other people to get to know about the project. So now all of us, you from Swaziland, Tatiana from Ukraine, me from Russia, we are giving the opportunity to all other people who will watch us and who are watching us, just to get to know about this alternative, let's say, way of doing things. Because if you will get stuck in this consumer society, in this paradigm that unfortunately our civilization has now, so basically we do not have future at all. And that's why it's very important to give this chance to get to know other people about Creative Society. I totally agree with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really, as never, we need to unite and to choose the new vector of development of our society. And using modern technology, we can really travel around the world and to tell everyone about this beautiful idea, Creative Society. This project really gives us understanding what role me or you, Olga or you, Polite, play in formation of such type of society. So let's spread this idea all around the world.
And we continue with our initiative at our upcoming conference. It's a global event that will take place on the 20th of March, and it will gather, I think, I don't know, so many people, because the previous event brought around 2 million people together, where we discussed the very acute problems of today. And we not only discussed it, but also we tried to find solutions, the ways out of the current crisis. And we would like to invite everyone to our upcoming event, 20th of March. The conference is called The Creative Society, What the Prophets Dreamt of. And before we will come and ask our technical support team to show us the trailer, we just see that Lungano has reconnected. We just would like to take this chance and ask him if he can hear us now, and also to ask what he thinks, how we can spread the message about Creative Society in Swaziland in African countries, and all over the world. Lungana, if you hear us now, please share your vision.
Lungela, please, your microphone is muted. Can you please unmute it?
Oh, hey, please welcome me back. I had a serious glitch right over there. But I think on the discussion at the time, you were asking me on what steps can actually be taken in terms of spreading the word. I think already you guys are already doing something. It's a starting point. Why am I saying that? Number one, I think it is important to actually have, I don't know, pioneers or shakers or leaders in every particular country. So if you do have a seed planted in Eswatini, a seed planted in Ghana, you have another seed planted in the US or somewhere else. I think that is a stepping stone, because from there, that's when you're able to actually start spreading, and to have one source and try to spread it all over. And social media obviously plays one of the most important roles in our lives today. Every now and then, the first thing, if I were to ask you, the first thing that you did this morning was to check your phone. And the last thing you're going to interact with before the end of today will actually be your phone. So I think it is more about creating, number one, to create content which can actively involve, especially the youth. How do you do that? You could have exciting kind of stuff like for TikTok. You could have interactive posts on your Facebook. There's so many options which you can actually use. But I think most importantly is to have people across the globe actually spreading the word bit by bit. Rome wasn't built in a single day. So if Tatiana is saying something about it in Ukraine, and Olga is saying something about it in Russia, and Polite is saying something in Eswatini, it actually starts a conversation, because what is important is for the general human population to start having a conversation around these things. They're very important. Once you have a conversation, we're actually mentioning this other thing the other day. A colleague of mine was like telling me, oh, I prefer this sanitizer by this particular brand and whatnot. So it means now we are in conversation. We are speaking about sanitizing, which means we are actively sanitizing our hands, which means we are actively trying to curb the spread of COVID. So again, once it starts a conversation that, hey, by the way, I think we are not free because of this and that. And I think we're not safe because of this and that. I think we should take care of human life. It's important for human life to be in order. Once we start having those conversations and they form part of our so-called, let's talk about the weather, let's talk about life. If they become part of that conversation again, that's when I believe we'll actually be spreading these ideas to the entire world. But it has to start with so many seeds all over the globe. It doesn't matter. You don't have to get like 20 people in a certain. No, you just need one person. You need those two people, somewhere else, and to actually be active on it. Have something that you speak about it. Have it periodically, because once you span out for like a year and you forget about it, the human mind is much more forgetful these days.
Thank you so much. And I loved your example with seeds planted in each country. And it is really so. And thank you for sharing with your ideas and with your vision. Olga, I think that we are going to show something more.
Yeah, I think we can show, we can ask our technical support team to show how to join us. So it's very easy to join us if we can go to our website. Yeah.
There you will see a big red join us button, and then you can choose language you're speaking and choose how we are going to participate in the project. And of course, to spread this idea, don't forget to share this video using the hashtags Allatraunites and Creative Society. And if you want to be the part if you dear viewers, want to be the part of our next live broadcast, please send us an email using the address you're seeing right now on the screen. Yeah,
Exactly. And would like to thank you so much, our guest, for today's conversation for planting a seed in Swaziland. So today we planted a small seed, and of course it depends on all of us how it will grow further. And I'm sure both Lungana and Polite has some friends, because we already understood that 6 degrees of connection, this social theory really works. And our guests who were with us at the round table, they are inviting their friends, colleagues, acquaintances. So let's have a second round table about this small country. But as we have understood, it's very peaceful and beautiful country in West Africa. And please, our technical support team showed to us the trailer about the upcoming event, 20th of March, our global conference, Creative Society, What the Prophets Dreamt of.
Unprecedented event of present history. Initiative that comes from people around the world. Main project of humanity. People stopped being silent about urgent issues of our society. How it all started. May 2019, International Online Conference, Society, The Last Chance. 140 countries of the world, hundreds of thousands of people online, hundreds of broadcast platforms, translated into 7 languages simultaneously. If we all want to live in peace, why do we have a world of violence and destruction? It is up to us to build a different world. How can we do it? December 2020, Creative Society, United We Can. 180 countries of the world, millions of people online, thousands of streaming platforms, 35 languages simultaneously translated. People have voiced today's reality and what they truly desire. And it is the Creative Society. All cultures have an image of the ideal world people want to live in. A world that prophets talked about. The time has come when we can make it real. How will we use this chance? Let's meet March 20, 2021, 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time and 10 a.m. Eastern Time. International online event of global scale. Creative Society, what the prophets dreamed of. This is the day the world will unite to find out the truth, join the entire humanity, and spread the message.